Welcome to Crypto Bytes, the podcast where we try to bring in the news information and break down to the bite-sized chunks. Thank you for tuning in, people. If you're watching this on YouTube, please hit the like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. The subscription button goes a long way, more than you think. We're also streaming on Twitter, so if you're watching us on Twitter, hit the retweets. We are also a stake pool operator on Cardano, ticker AGC. So delegate a small portion of your bag to support decentralization. Today, I'm going to be talking about KYC and Web3, and all the pieces are in place for this to happen. And it's going to happen faster than what people might think. So let's start off here. The main player in this would be the U.S. Department of Treasury. Their office is the main office is OFAC. It's the Office of Foreign Asset Control. This is the office within the Treasury that puts out the sanctions on people. So their main goal is to support national security by targeting foreign countries, regimes, terrorists, traffickers, and just bad people. But how does this affect you? Well, not too recent. The Ethereum had emerged. They went from proof of work to proof of stake. A lot of people thought this would be a good thing. It turns out, though, that majority of the nodes are controlled by a handful of people. This could lead to malicious attacks or having the network be driven in a way that might not be good for freedom. So what happened here? After the merge, shortly after, about 60% of the blocks now are being controlled by OFAC compliant nodes. So your blocks are being censored essentially. And you might be scratching your head, well, it's 60%. There's still the other 40% that I could get my transactions through. Yeah, you could. It might take you a little longer to do it. And if you're willing to just sit it out, it could be possible. But because these nodes are now OFAC compliant, they're censoring lists on a ban list, essentially, by OFAC. So as you may know, that I think beginning of August, Tornado Cash was censored by the Department of Treasury, and this is probably the first event of such its kind in that they censored a protocol. They also censored a whole bunch of addresses related to Tornado Cash. So if your wallet interacted with Tornado Cash, most likely you're unable to move those assets off chain. So if they hit an exchange, well, now they're locked on there. Some people, I think they were able just to KYC their wallet to release those funds, but the creator Tornado Cash is sitting in prison right now. And if you didn't want to KYC, well, your funds are stuck. So then taxes. Okay, so OFAC is controlling your transactions in terms of who gets to transact on a network. Well, there's been a framework being created for quite some time. You have these policy groups that get together and come up with, crypto framework for taxes. And one of these groups is the Organization for Economic and Cooperation and Development. So it's a roundtable group. They put out a report this month entitled Crypto Assets Reporting Framework and Amendments to the Common Reporting Standard. So this is essentially the G20 coming on board and how to have a standard for crypto assets when it comes to taxes. This has been a growing topic for some time. There is even legislation within the United States on how to tax crypto assets and how to categorize them. Do we need to do taxes every time we go in and out of one token to another, or is it only if we go in and out of a token to to the dollar? And then how do you tax CBDCs? This is all being worked out right now, and if you're not paying attention to it, You might have some people that would put in some bad legislation. Okay, so now we got the Office of Foreign Asset Control within the U.S. Treasury. They're working with the majority of the nodes on Ethereum to censor transactions. And now we have a roundtable group that the G20 is basically endorsing in how to set tax standards for crypto assets. Well, here's the last piece of the puzzle that I want to get into, and I think it's pretty interesting too. So there was a news article sent out earlier this week. Equifax wants to help KYC DeFi and NFT users and keep their data private. I mean, if you know anything about these reporting agencies within the United States, Equifax is one of the big three. I don't really think they keep your data private. Anyone can put a report on your information and then they'll blast it out to everyone, and they could ruin your credit. But we do see here that these credit reporting agencies also want to get into Web3. KYC is inevitable. You're gonna have to KYC. I mean, if your wallet has ever touched an exchange, that wallet is already KYC'd, or at least the asset, or the not only the UTXOs if you're on a UTXO based chain, but your account if you're on account based chain. That's all been KYC'd if you interacted with an exchange as of like 2018. So all of these policies, the U.S. Treasury, these roundtable groups, again, setting up the framework for you to KYC your wallet. A lot of people say not be on the protocol level, but certainly we've seen wallets, I would say, bend the knee to this. Wasabi Wallet, probably one of the biggest wallets on that operate on Bitcoin. They are now OFAC compliant. So I guess it determines if they're decentralized or if they're a centralized entity that is custodian your crypto. We might see other wallets come on board. That we saw the Apple Play Store put out a new update to their terms of service. Any wallet that has purchases or maybe a boost to certain activities, if you buy an NFT, well, I mean, that's all going to be KYC'd anyways. So we're just in this environment where KYC is going to be the thing, and it would be up to us, the individual, to get in front of our representatives to craft good legislation. Or we might just go into a dystopian future. Pretty, I guess, sad to think about. But that's just something for you to chew on, and hopefully we come out the other end in a better place. But I just want to say thank you for tuning in. Again, we are a Cardano stake pool operator, ticker AGC. Also, if you're interested in $10 of free Bitcoin, go to the link below, swanbitcoin.com/AGC. All you got to do is sign up and start stacking sats to get $10 of free Bitcoin. If you're interested in following me on Twitter, you can check me out at Ahuro's Crypto. And also, thank you for my producer today, Keys, pushing all the buttons, making the magic work. You can follow him at NFTs with Keys. And with that, that's your Crypto Bite.